That is a very good question. Once upon a time, half the Earth's surface was covered in forests. Forests used to provide everything needed by the majority of human beings, since wood is so easy to get and process even manually. There were not so many people living on the planet, so forests could be generous in giving away their resources without going depleted. But human population started growing, so people wanted to broaden their territories they used for living and agriculture. And they began destroying forests to clear ground for crop fields and pastures, and later on for mining minerals and building towns and roads. At the moment, 1/3 of the Earth's surface is covered in forests, and the environmental conditions have worsened considerably. Now people are becoming aware of the importance of the forest's well-being and the need to preserve them. In 1993, in Toronto, Canada, a number of representatives of ecological and civic organizations, sellers of wood products, forestry officers, native minorities, and timber industrialists from various countries held a joint meeting. Their aim was to come up with a way to protect forests while at the same time to continue using forest resources. That is how the Forest Stewardship Council came about. FSC is an international non-profit organization whose mission is to promote environmentally appropriate, socially beneficial, and economically viable management of the world's forests. The Council set forth 10 principles to be followed by the people and companies who manage forests. In order to be able to preserve forests, it is important to abide by the national and international laws, as well as to follow the principles set forth by the Forest Stewardship Council. Forest plots are leased for use on the basis of a set of specific documents which clearly state the owner's rights and obligations. It is our duty to respect the rights of indigenous peoples to live and manage their households in the forests, which have been part of their culture and traditions for many years. The local population is to be provided with employment and education opportunities, as well as with the possibility to receive other services. Workers are to be employed under appropriate labor conditions. All the safety and healthcare requirements are to be fulfilled. Timber is to be harvested in such amounts as will not lead to depletion of forests. Forest functions and the products yielded by forests are to be used efficiently. The forestry system is to make sure that biodiversity is preserved, water sources and soil are handled with care. Valuable plots are kept safe and the wholesomeness of forests is maintained. Forest management plans are to be designed, implemented and adjusted if needed. That is, it is necessary to think over where, how much and what kind of resources could be taken from a forest so that profit is gained while the forest is neither depleted nor harmed. Once in a while, it is important to inspect the condition the forest is in, to check if everything is fine, if the forest has enough time to renew itself, if the forest inhabitants, employees and local population are doing all right, if the resources are used efficiently and the forest management system functions appropriately. It is important to identify the forests of high nature value, for example those that are home to rare animal and plant species, and to make sure that human economic activities do not harm these unique ecosystems. Forest owners can set up forest plantations for the purpose of renewing and preserving the natural forests. It is important that such plantations are as similar as possible to the type of forest growing in the area, that they have trees of various ages and that they are not at odds with the local landscape. If a company follows all of these principles and wants all the consumers of the goods it produces know this, it can apply to a special organization to sign up for voluntary forest certification. A group of auditors conducts a thorough examination and decides whether the Forest Stewardship Council certificate can be issued for the company or not. By receiving the certificate, the company receives the right to use a special sign which guarantees to the consumer that the wood products they are purchasing have been manufactured legally and due care has been given to the forests and people involved.